Hey everybody, it's me, Gregor Manarino. How are you today? It is Wednesday, February 8th, 2017. I want to cover a couple of things in this video that are important with regard to the stock market, what we're seeing in the bond market again, and precious metals, gold and silver. For those of you that follow this blog, you know that literally since the end of last year, December, I was going against the grain of the mainstream, telling you that gold and silver were going higher, and ignore the nonsense that's being spewed out of those so-called professionals' mouths that are telling you to dump it. They were doing the same thing last week, and the metals continue to go higher. Okay, obviously I'm going to start this video off talking about gold and silver. Today we closed higher again. The trend here is higher for as far as the eye can see right now with regard to gold and silver. And I've covered the reasons why many times. Number one is these assets are massively and actually beyond measure undervalued at this point. Now, if you had the pleasure of watching CNBC today, you had a couple of the commentators out there all confused. They're like, well, why is it that gold and silver, or gold, they never talk about silver. Why is it that gold is continuing to go higher when everyone's been saying to get rid of it and dump it and sell it? I don't believe those commentators are that stupid. Maybe they are that stupid. But the bottom line is these are suppressed assets, suppressed beyond the point of ridiculousness. And as far as I can see, the trend is higher and higher and higher. That does not mean, again, I got to address the trolls separately. They have to get a little spot. They need a little spotlight. That does not mean that gold and silver are going to continue to go up in a straight line. There is going to be pullbacks. The pullbacks are bullish. But the trajectory here, longer term, is higher and substantially higher, again, in my view. Now, I've also been talking a lot about the stock market lately. I've been extremely bullish here, and all of you have been capitalizing on it. Just my last two positions that I closed were frankly ridiculous. Boeing, I heard from a lot of you who got in on my Boeing call. It did phenomenal. PayPal, which I just closed earlier today, another one, phenomenal trade. The other ones there also are gaining, not... Microsoft, I think, is a slight loss, but let's keep our eye on that. And Caterpillar, I'm still holding on. Some of these are going to develop faster than others. For those who have asked me about that, now again, and I'm going to say it again, if I do not answer your emails specifically, please forgive me. It is impossible to do that. I do go through them, and I click on a couple, I answer some questions. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. It's impossible. Now, with regard to trading questions and what's going on the mainstream, this is very important. There's a lot of people on the mainstream talking about, well, the market, it's over-owned right now. We're due for a pullback. Look, let me explain something to you in case you don't know already. Let me put this into a question. What do you think is the most bullish thing that a particular asset can be doing in any one particular time? Okay, I'm going to tell you what that is. In the case of the stock market right now, it's being over-owned. That's the truth. That means there's a lot of people up there and they believe it's going to continue to go higher, and it can continue that way for a long time. The same is also true on the opposite side. Just because something is oversold doesn't mean it's going to automatically rebound. It doesn't mean these things. As a matter of fact, again, same scenario. If something is oversold, it's generally bearish. Okay? Now, if you listen to these commentators here, they're going to see you the wrong way 99% of the time. It's really the truth. So you got to be very careful. I mean, they obviously completely missed the boat. The professionals missed the boat. end of last year, get rid of gold, dump it, it's going nowhere. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're seeing out there. And the commentators, they're brainwashed. Oh, well, you know, this person is saying that I should get rid of it, so maybe I should sell. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Can you not make up your mind for yourself? Can you not understand why hard assets, those particular ones, are just so undervalued and so suppressed? We know for a fact that 5 major banks have been involved in artificially suppressing the price. We know this for a fact. One of them paid a fine just last year. This is going on like crazy. I think this is going to let up under the new Trump administration. So there's another reason why I'm very bullish here. Also, we're going to see inflation kick up. There's no doubt about it, in my view. Under President Trump, our economy, I believe, is going to pick up. These are all bullish things for gold and silver. And again, the debt bubble, it's a bubble. And it has to be fed. There's no doubt about it. The global debt is going to increase. It's not going down. I don't care who's in the White House or anywhere else. So again, this is why you should be holding these assets. So with regard to the stock market, just real quick, and trying to make some sense of, well, the market is over-owned, so we're going to pull back. Doesn't mean we could be over-owned for weeks and weeks, if not months, if not years. It's the truth. Okay. As a short-term trader or a swing trader, you try as hard as you can to put those odds in your favor, and it clearly can be done. Personally, I think my systems are the best that have ever been created, my evolution system series. I really do, and I keep hearing from a lot of you out here who have been capitalizing on that. Look, just real quick, the picks that I put up on my site, traderschoice.net, are derived from the technicals from my evolution system. And those of you out here that have the evolution system should pay close attention to what I'm posting there. It's free. And frankly, if you're not making cash using my picks, you are doing something very wrong. Maybe you're not following Rule 1. You know what Rule 1 is? It's in my free brief. It's free. Please download it. Thousands and thousands of copies have already been downloaded, so maybe you have it. But if you don't, go to my website, traderschoice.net, and download it. I could not make this more easy for you. Now let's move on to the bond market. I talked about this yesterday. The long end of the yield curve is flattening. That tells me that the market is smelling something further out. Whether or not that manifests itself remains to be seen. But we have an unhealthy yield curve, in my opinion, right now, and we're going to need to see how that plays out moving forward. Now, the stock market right now is overvalued, in my opinion, is overowned, in my opinion, and there's going to be a point when I get caught on the wrong side as well. There's no doubt about it. That's another thing you have to understand as a trader. You will not always be right. This is why you need to follow Rule 1, which I cover at length in my brief. And why you have to understand that there is going to be times when you get caught on the wrong side of a trade. This is part of the business. This is a business that involves risk. It's not like walking to taking a bus or driving to a regular job where you get paid whatever your rate is. In this business, you can make, frankly, staggering, stupid, and idiotic amounts of money if you play it right. You will have losses from time to time. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, I hope I covered a lot that's important in this video for you. I think the number one, 2, and 3 things is, number one, the trajectory here for precious metals is higher, substantially higher. The trajectory longer term for the stock market is higher. Are we due for a pullback? Yeah, we're due for one. Are we going to get it tomorrow or the next day? Who freaking knows? Today we did nothing. The market finished almost flat across the board. I think the Dow finished down a fraction, and the S&P and the Nasdaq actually did finish up a fraction. So don't get all panicky about that and worry about how you're going to position yourself. Just realize you're going to get caught on the wrong side once in a while. There's no doubt about it. It's part of the business. Bond market, very important. We need to watch it. You need to see that. Pay attention to the yield curve. Okay, that long end is flattening out. I don't like that. And we need to see that change to get a tell as to the longer term here. Longer term, best trades on the earth, people. I'll say it again for the billionth time, is betting against this debt and becoming your own central bank. That's where you need to be. The rest of it is all just icing on that cake. All right, with that said, I know this has been a long video, but if you think it's been important, please hit that thumbs up button somewhere down here and share it. Get it out there. I'm doing my best, really, for free, to help all of you capitalize on it, on whatever's going on. Even you trolls out there who hate me for whatever reason. That's okay. And so do me that favor. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like it, give me a legitimate thumbs down, but post a reason why. And share it for me. All right. With that said, I'll see you all tomorrow.